Okay guys, welcome back to another YouTube channel. On today's video I'm going to show you how I catch trades like this in a very simple manner. So the first thing first, you want to know what we call structure. You want to understand the market structure of the market, and the market structure is being created by a form of highs and lows, highs and lows. I already talk about structure in so many of my videos, so if you don't understand structure, you can just go ahead and watch those videos. When we have this, it's a change in structure. So the first thing, you want to understand where the market is heading to, which is structure. Now I boil down my entry to a very simple pattern here. All I'm looking for is a structure. When I identify a structure, then I look for an liquidity. I look for an inducement liquidity, all put together with a point of interest. So let me give you an instance here. So let's say we have series of highs like this in the market. Now this is an uptrending structure here until it change biases. Now immediately we have a change in structure this way. I'll mark this zone to be my change in market structure like this. My change in market structure, I want to make sure that zone has a liquidity sweep here, and this zone here is what I call a liquidity sweep. Now we have an expansion to the downside. Immediately we have an expansion to the downside here. The first retracement is what I consider to be my inducement. The first retracement, just like this, is what I consider to be my inducement here. So I'll mark out this point here as my inducement. Immediately I mark out this point as my inducement, I'm going to be looking for an order block here, an order block that triggered before we have a massive push to the side. When I see that order block, I'll mark it out. I'll mark that order block out, and that would be my entry. That would be my point of interest, my entry in which I'm going to be using for the trade. So I'm just going to be expecting the market to retrace, take out this zone in which we have here, which is the inducement liquidity, and go all the way to respect the point of interest and fly back down just like that. So that was how I was able to catch this trade here. Now this trade was an influence from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. So I was on the 4-hour time frame first to understand what the market was doing. On the 4-hour time frame, if you notice here, we had highs, series of highs, low, high. Then we saw a break in market structure this way. Now immediately we broke the market structure here. The first retracement here, which is my inducement, I marked it out. Then I mark out my point of interest. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I didn't take my entry. Instead, I wait for the price to get to my point of interest level, which is this zone here. Once it gets to my point of interest level, I switched to the lower time frame and I waited for a switch in market bias. As you can see what happened here, we have series of highs, lows, high, low, high, then another change in market structure. Now that we have a change in market structure, the first low is my inducement, which is what I mark out here as IDM. The first low is my inducement, and you can see this is the zone in which I have my order block, which is my point of interest. So I just expect this to just go back, take out my inducement liquidity and respect my order block level, which is my point of interest, and bounce. So that was how I was able to catch this trade. Now I shared this trade on Telegram before and after, of course, and I'm going to add a screenshot to it on this video so you can see as well. Peace and love.